how to solve word problems involving complementary and supplementary angles. So to start these problems, we need to figure out, are we setting our equation equal to 180 or to 90? So in this problem, we have two angles that are supplementary. So we're going to be setting it equal to 180. One angle is 6 times more than twice the measure of the other angle. Find the angles. So we're dealing with two angles. I always label them angle 1 and angle 2. I call angle 1 x. The other angle is 6 more than twice the angle. So 6 more is plus 6, more than twice the angle, 2x. So together, those should add to 180. So x plus 2x plus 6 equals 180 degrees. From there, it's just a simple linear equation, and you can solve that. So you get 3x equals 174, and when you do the math, x comes out to 58. From there, we want to find both of the angles. So the one angle is 58 degrees, and when you plug that in, the other angle is 122 degrees. Make sure you check, do they add up to 180? They do. The next example, the two angles are complementary. It says one of the angles is 10 degrees less than 3 times the other. So once again, angle 1 is just x, and angle 2 is 10 less. So we're subtracting 10 off the end, then 3 times the other. Once again, those two angles should add up to 90 degrees because they're complementary. So x plus 3x minus 10 equals 90. Nice linear equation, and x comes out to be 25. You want to find both of the angles though, so plug that in, and we should get 25 and 65 degrees, and they do indeed sum to 90 degrees. Our third example, the complement of an angle is twice as large as the angle itself. Find the angles. So, once again, we're talking about a complement, and it's twice as large as the angle itself. So we have angle 1, and we have angle 2. So let's call angle 1 x. Okay, and the complement is twice as large as the angle itself, so just 2x. Since it's a complement, those combined should add up to 90. So we solve and get x to be 30. When we plug back in, the other angle is 60. Check to make sure it makes sense. Is the one angle twice as large as the other? Yes. Do they add to 90 so they're complements? Yes. Okay. Our next example. The measure of one angle is 4 times the measure of its complement. So take a minute and try this problem on your own. You might want to hit the pause button. Okay, so once again, we have angle 1 is x, and angle 2 is 4 times the measure of its complement. So we get 5x equals 90, and x is 18 degrees. If at any point during this I'm going too fast, you can pause the button, hit the pause button, and take a little time to write down the notes or try to finish the problems on your own. And this angle will be 72 degrees. Okay, our fifth example, two angles form a linear pair. Remember, a linear pair are two angles that are basically supplementary, so they're going to sum to 180. So this is basically a supplementary angle problem. The measure of one angle is 5 times the measure of the other. Angle 1 equals x, and angle 2 equals 5x. From there, finish that problem. Check yourself with my answers. Problem number 6 talks about complementary angles. Okay, you might want to draw yourself a sketch if you need to, but basically these two angles should sum to 90 degrees. So 4x minus 2 plus 9x plus 1 minute to solve that for yourselves. Did you get x to be 7? You did. Good job. Okay, they want to know the measures of the two angles though. So angle LMN is 26 degrees and angle PQR is 64 degrees. Now, those are all of the problems that are on your notes. However, you might want to jot these problems down. These are going to be part of either your classwork or homework tomorrow. Okay, and they're a little more challenging. So maybe in the space remaining on your note sheet, jot these down. If 24 is subtracted from an angle, the resulting angle is equal to the complement of the original angle. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, so let's break it apart. So 24 degrees, is subtracted from an angle. So let's say angle 1 is x, that's our angle. Well, if we subtract 24 degrees from it, that's x minus 24. The resulting angle is equal to, okay, so if we're translating that into an algebraic equation, is equal to the complement of the original angle. So if this is my original angle, to represent the complement of that would be 90 minus that angle. We don't know the angle, we call it x. Think about it this way. If your angle was 40, you'd say your complement is 50. 90 minus 40 gives you the 50. So 90 minus whatever our angle is, we don't know, x, right, is going to give you that complement. So from there, it's just a nice linear equation. You will see this exact problem tomorrow in either your classwork or homework. So take note of how to solve a problem like this. Okay, one more problem here. It says, this is also in your classwork or homework. It says, find the angle whose complement and supplement have a sum of 222 degrees. So just like in the last problem, okay, we have our angle x, okay? The complement and the supplement of that angle are going to sum or add to 222 degrees. So to represent the complement of x is simply 90 minus x. Since we're summing, we're going to add. The supplement of that is 180 minus x, and they add to 222 degrees. Once again, you can solve that. That is just a nice, simple linear equation. Okay? Know that some of the problems tomorrow in your homework/classwork are going to be a little more challenging. Please think through them, work through them. You will see some fractions. Okay? Work together. You'll see some minutes and seconds. Work through those, and we will review those next week. Okay? If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. Have a good night.